So,
Um,
well, you know what it really was?
mm-hmm.
The fact that, and like, I'm from Brownsville, I'm from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Salute.
by all rights and by most of society standards, I was supposed to be dead a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed enough to my birthday's coming up, February 24th, in a couple days. And I'm gonna be 42
Salute.
years old.
Happy
You know what I'm
birthday.
saying? Thank you. I appreciate that.
For sure.
And anybody who really listen to my battles, I'm very open about, you know what I'm saying, my life, because like it's like a testimony, so to speak, without even being all extra religious or whatever, because I haven't had a guardian since I was 13 years old. So I didn't
Wow.
have, yeah, that I know how people be like, I was off the porch. Bro, I ain't had a parent since I was 12 going on 13, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it
That's
became
crazy.
really official when I was 13. I'm saying I was outside for real. So I'm what they call autodidact or self-taught. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? And just keeping it real, bro. My schools, when I was in school back then, there was never a finance class. Like the majority of us, we could have all the hustle in the world. You know what I mean? And you could have the ability to make money, but it's really not about the money that you make. It's about, once you make the money, are you smart enough to know that you got to take, in America, basically half of the money you made and put it in a separate account because you're gonna have to pay a tax on it? Are you smart enough to say, you know what? Let me take 25% of this 50% that I
Mm-hmm.
actually have access to, and learn how to live off the 25% of this 50% that's left over, and take the 75% of that 50% and put it somewhere where it can gain some type of interest or draw some type of interest. You know, are you smart enough to say, you know what? Um, I I might have this grind right here or this hustle right here, but most grinds and hustles aren't long term. Let me figure
Right.
out a more legitimate way to have some finance coming in. That way I could blend this money with it and possibly get a loan from a bank, you know what I'm saying, to start a business, or possibly, go into this bank, or pick somebody's brain on, well, how do I start my own company, my LLC, and how do I go inside these financial institutions and be able to get loans, or go to grants.gov to be able to get all of the free money that the government is giving. You know what I'm saying? These are things that we aren't taught in our schools, and it's unfortunate, but it's just the reality of it. And because we not taught that, we could, like I said, we can have all the ambition and know how to get the money. But if you don't have a plan for the dollar, you're guaranteed to spend it. You're
It's
guaranteed to
true.
spend it. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of us aren't taught to even save money. And even saving money isn't the right direction. It's about investing money in solid investments, because money sitting still, it's not doing nothing for you either. You know,
Mm.
so
Super true.
yeah, man, that's really what it's about. So once I learned through trial and error different ways to get some finance, um and different ways in this country, or programs in this country, that where you can have a little, and this right here teach you how to get a lot. Like I tell people, even like when it comes to you don't want to do a 9 to 5 or something like that. Say a person, say it is in battle rap, and I got a buzz and I don't want to be seen out at a job, right? Well, if you pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to how the world was when COVID happened and everything was shut down, we all had to go to the supermarkets at some point.
Right.
We all saw the videos at some point of riots happening, people getting jumped and beat up over what? Cases of water, rolls of
Hmm.
toilet tissue, of all things,
So yeah, I remember
right?
the toilet tissue.
It was
That was
crazy. I'm
crazy.
like, well, bro, yo,
Yeah.
he just clotheslined this dude for Mark Howell, bro. Like, what?
Right.
But once you realize, when it all boils down to it, that these are commodities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if that's what the people consider to be that, why would you not then become a seller for Amazon? Why wouldn't you pick
Right.
the products that you sell for Amazon to be cases of water and big rolls of toilet tissue, cleaning products? These are the stuff that people was going crazy over. You know what I'm saying? Why would you not do that? Especially when I basically figured it out. They not even Amazon is not even paying you to sell for them. Like you see how it is a pay-per-view, say in battle rap or a boxing event, right? They have a pay-per-view stream. What happens to the pay-per-view stream when too many people watch it at a time?
Yeah, it crashes.
Exactly. Now think
Mm-hmm.
about how global Amazon is. You know that there's no way it's a global sales company. There's no way for that market, for people, as many people that shop on Amazon at a time in a day globally, for it not to crash. But what Amazon did is what basically what Uber did when it came to taxis. They cut all the taxis out because they made the average person a taxi now. Back in the day, you had to have a commercial
Yeah.
driver's license to operate a cab, but not with Uber. You just got to have a regular driver's license, and they'll turn your car into a taxi. They
It was a
outsourced
genius
it to the
move.
public. For sure it
Genius move.
was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's now think Amazon. If they have a thing with Amazon where you'll get a certain percentage of the sale if you go to the to pick up the product and drop ship it. If you go pick it up, label it, drop it at the post office, ship it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a larger percentage of the sale. But they have an option where you can allow Amazon to take a bigger percentage of the sale, not much larger, but a larger percentage than it would normally be. And they'll actually take it from the warehouse, label it, and ship it off themselves. That's when I
Wow.
realized they're not paying you to sell for them. What they're paying you for is your IP address, your modem, and all of that stuff. They're paying you to allow them to redirect the overflux of their traffic through your computer system.
Wow. See, I didn't know that at all. That is
Yes.
amazing information you just dropped.
Yeah, bro. That's why it's
Wow.
but that's what I mean, bro. It's and that's why I say the stuff I say. And people will be online trolling. So like I understand the internet is, you know,
Nah, yeah, it's a
if it
crazy
don't make
place.
you
Wild,
laugh,
wild
it'll make you
west.
cry. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
at
Mm-hmm.
some point, it's like you gotta at some point you gotta take life serious, man. And I
Right.
know people will be like, yo, bro, you act like a grandfather, bro. You act Mac Myron said it best, said, Show got the demeanor of somebody angry ass stepdaddy. You know what I'm saying? And Javier Nasser, he said it too.
I
But
could hear him
my
say
thing
it.
is, oh yeah, it was hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
He anybody want to see that that interview is right after me and him battle when I first made my first return. I had took a hiatus before
Mm-hmm.
this one right here where I recently returned.
Right.
And he was basically doing a post battle interview. It was hilarious though. But my whole thing is being somebody who already lost years of my life to the penitentiary, like that's 7 years of my life I will never get back. That's
Early
7 years of
2000s,
my
right?
yeah,
When did you? Okay. Okay.
yeah. So
So
yeah,
that explains the drive, the extra drive that you have, because
yeah.
somehow you're trying to get it back. You're trying to get those
And
years back.
and it's
And
impossible.
mm-hmm.
It's impossible. You can't make up for time. That's why you got to value it when you win it. You know what I'm saying? Like we got this
Mm-hmm.
thing. My OG said, yo, the problem is most people are cursed with human arrogance. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, he said, you see how people will be like, don't worry, I do it in the morning, or next week when but and they make these statements, right? Not realizing that, bro, in the morning is not even yours until you wake up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Who said you got to do it till in the morning to do it? Who said that? Like that's human arrogance make us
Damn
put
right.
stuff off till later, right? He
Yeah.
used to have this joke. He used to be like, yo, if aliens ever invaded us, he said it wouldn't be for the reasons that you would think it would be. It wouldn't be because they planet was destroyed somewhere and they wanted to come take ours from us. I say, oh gee, well, why they gonna invade us? He said because of human arrogance. He said, yo, they gonna invade us just for us calling they planet whatever we chose to name it. Like who said that Mars really named Mars? So, so you
Right.
know what I'm saying? He was crazy, bro. He was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Long live Blaze, man.
Yes, sir.
Word up. He was hilarious though, bro. But yeah, that's
No, that's
just
the.
yeah, that's really why I got into the whole each one teach one kind of thing. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw probably a few weeks back, and it's crazy that we in a culture, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because what's gonna get clicked on the most is the drama for sure. It's always gonna be
Oh
like that
yeah.
because the drama is entertaining. But I would have liked to have seen more publications and outlets put some or shine some light on the fact that I was just out um at a group home uh uh building with some of the I guess the society will call them misplaced or forgotten young men that's out here. And I know for a fact I left an impact on on those guys, you know, and they were really good kids, and they just either were failed by their parents, man, or you know, honestly, that's really what it is. It ain't. It's really nothing else because nobody asked to be here. You know, that's really all it winds up being. It was felt by their folks, but at the same time, just taking the time out to go show them love and show them that look, yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I made poor. This not mistakes. You know what I'm saying? After a while, it's just poor decision making. I made poor decisions, and when you make poor decisions, you get poor outcomes. And even though at one point I made poor decisions, check out what I did when people said I couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then I would point these things out to them,
Mm.
and you could see in their eyes like like a glimmer of hope because it's not like I was just some square coming to, you know what I'm saying, preach to them or something like that. It wasn't that. I'm just showing them that with the multiple bullet wounds I got in my body, the non-stab wounds I have in my back, the criminal history that I got, none of that stuff was able to stop me from becoming a good, dedicated father, a good, dedicated husband,
Mm-hmm.
a business owner, a mentor, you know, a homeowner. It didn't stop me from doing any of those things. And that's because I made sure I had to, even if it meant I had to work twice as hard as somebody without the criminal history, I was willing to work twice as hard because the outcome meant more than not moving. You know what I'm saying? So
It's powerful.
yeah, bro. But I would have liked to have seen more like I said, more publications and more outlets speaking on that. You know what I'm saying? Because bro, I'm nowhere near the most. I'm not. And I'm fine with that. I'm nowhere near the most lit person in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? My buzz is my buzz, and I earned it organically. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no big machine
I
behind
don't
me.
think you should sell your sell
Oh
yourself
no no
short
no.
like that. But
I'm
for sure,
no, I'm not
go
selling
ahead.
it short. I'm
Yeah.
just a reality based person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm not gonna grow my brand, but I mean, out of say it's 100 of the most lit battle rappers in this culture, they'll they'll say that, well, you was just an outlier because you really wasn't even supposed to be able to make a name for yourself because you wasn't on Smack. They'll say, oh, it only count over here, even though we got amazing platforms like the RBEs, the King of the Dots, the
Yeah.
bullpens, you know what I'm saying? Like these, but the bags and bodies. And it's unfortunate out that Holla got so turned off about it that he don't even want to do it no more because that bags and bodies to me was
Yeah, that was
just like yeah, just like RBE, they put like the most money in the pockets of the artists rather than retaining the largest chunk of the profits to keep for themselves. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like, and it's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you see a blessing and you get so caught up in the BS and the drama that you don't stop to appreciate what somebody is doing to help you that don't have to do it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, but yeah, bro, I'm not selling myself short. I just understand the culture we in where people that say it don't count unless it's in a certain place, or they'll try to like think about my resume.
But
About
let me just stop you there because I
Mhm,
think that those are like some antiquated of thinking.
mhm,
Like when you think about URL, a few names usually pop in the
mhm.
minds of the casuals, and the same thing happens when you mention RBEs. Few people names kind of pop up when you happen
Oh
to
no,
be
for
one of them,
sure.
for sure.
No, 100%,
And
100%.
I think
That's why I
you
said
are
I'm
to
not down. That's why I
RBE.
said I'm not
Yeah,
downplaying myself at
right.
all. You know what I'm saying? It's just like even to for it to become that, right? That's just another testament to the grind and the loyalty. Because remember, like when I first when I first had the opportunity to be on URL, there's actually a video that I posted up. They had this thing back then called the URL rejects, right? It was the
Right.
Prez Mafias. It was like a few guys that they tried to say was URL rejects, right? And so they
Mm-hmm.
had this whole flyer, and they put me on the flyer. And Norbs was actually the one that was doing that episode. And he of course he had something to say about all the rappers, but when it came around to me, he was like, I don't know why they put Showoff on here. He said we actually wanted Showoff. We just couldn't come up with a an agreement like business wise, but we wish him all the best, right? And
Wow.
the reason was because remember they call themselves the NBA. I've
Right.
never heard of somebody making it from college to the NBA and not getting paid, and they wanted me to battle Shotgun Suge for free. Now, mind you, by this time I'm already 30 years old. I'm not
Yeah.
doing nothing on the planet for free, especially when I feel like I already paid my dues, right?
Yeah.
So
That's like.
the running joke was, yo, he turned down URL. He never gonna become a name because I did all of that stuff back before I actually got a buzz in battle rap for real. All I had was a PG battle. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, I was blessed enough to meet with or be working with guys like No Mercy, Trap House, New York, who consistently had me booked. He was the one who gave me my first name. Um, and off of that,
Your first battle was in You Go Hard.
no, my first battle was actually on Block
Am I
City in New
mistaken?
Jersey.
On Black.
Yeah, it was versus Young Robles.
Where you battle Brooklyn Carter in You
On
Go
We Go
Hard though,
Hard.
right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay.
Of
Okay.
course.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely. And that was
All right.
salute to B City. Salute to B City. Like I'm not gonna skip over nobody because B City played a role in me being able to get my footage out there and even start this whole battle rap stuff because if it wasn't for the Brooklyn Carter battle, I probably wouldn't even have been battle rapping for real. Really, it's all a testament to my son's mother's brother, my son's
Mm.
uncle, because he was battling on We Go Hard, the Cold Blizz, and that's his battle name, the Cold Blizz. And I went to go support him. I'm fresh home from up north. I'm honestly just trying to be up under my baby moms because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm fresh home, trying to see what's up. And so I went to go support him, and he was like, yo, show you need to battle somebody. You need to battle somebody. But at the time, I'm like, bro, I'm not interested in battling nobody, bro. Like, if somebody get too close, I'm gonna punch them right in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fresh. I'm not even. I'm turned off by the battle rap stuff because when we got there, I'm watching how dudes is all up on dudes, and I'm like, yo, bro, why you all in his face like that? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, bro, I'm not doing all that, bro. I'm gonna wind up putting my hands on one of these guys. I'm trying to stay home. I got one strike left. That's all I keep thinking in my head, right? And he was like, I'm telling you, you could do it, bro. Because we was all rapping at the crib before we started walking over to where the event was gonna be, because it was in Brooklyn, in the hood, in the basement of the projects. So I get there, we chilling for a second. Charlie Clips and Norbs is all in the building. I don't know who they are though. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about battle rap. It could have been a celebrity in battle rap, and it was. Clips and Norbs was like celebrities then. And I'm walking past like I don't know these dudes. Know what I'm saying? And long story short, like an hour go by, and I hear City say, "Next battle is Showoff versus Brooklyn Carter." So I was like, "What?" So I went to my bro, my son's uncle, and I'm like, hey yo, go to the league owner and tell him to X that battle because somebody in here got my name. Tell him we gonna spice it up and it's gonna be show off versus show off. We got to battle for the name. I ain't about to have some little nigga walking around with my name. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Oh, you want to battle now?" I was like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Well, good. Keep that same energy." He was talking about you anyway. I didn't realize he had signed me up on the low.
Mm.
So I ain't gonna front. I just kept the same energy. And at the
Wow.
time, I already had like two music videos out featuring a Jersey artist named Lady Cash. And I was actually doing rap verse but singing on the hooks for the music videos, right? And they
Right.
was stuck on like 3,500. Then they would never crack 5,000 views. And I'm like, bro. it's pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the music is good. But at the time, I didn't know how to work the internet. So much so that when I came home, my sister had to create my Facebook. I didn't even know how to create a Facebook on my own. You feel what I'm saying? So word, bro.
Man,
Like bro, I came home. I didn't know how to use the Metro card. I didn't, bro. I didn't know none of that stuff, bro. It's like that. I didn't know how to use none of that stuff, bro. All of that stuff came into existence
that makes sense.
after I came home. You know what I'm saying? Or after I got locked, rather. So I wound up doing the battle with Brooklyn Carter, bro. That battle drop, it's up for like I want to say like maybe 15 or no, like 9 hours. And it's on like 15, 16,000 views. I'm like, yo, bro, how is on like 16,000 views and it's not even half the day yet, bro? And that's when I
Mm.
realized, oh no, I'm about to do this to get the internet buzz to be able to transfer it over to the music. That was always my sole purpose is transferring over to the music. No,
Yeah,
because I don't
that's how
know,
I
a lot
used to
of people
be.
don't,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know if a lot of
yeah.
people know, but I've been even songwriting for different groups, like for years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
For years. Like
You ghost written?
yeah,
Okay,
yep.
okay.
Um I got it's a female from out in ATL. It's a couple groups, even some reggae groups from Brooklyn, but I still get my royalty checks from all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And yeah, for sure. To this day, still. To this day, still. I've been a BMI member since I first came home because again, it was about music for me. And I decided when I came home, I was gonna do it and I was gonna do it right where I could actually get some money. And I knew I already had a gift of writing songs and all of that stuff. So even when I was locked and I was up north, like one of my hustles was any holiday that came around, I was writing the letters. People would sit down, guys would sit down and tell me like their story, but I always had a way of writing it out where say they was apologetic and they wound up messing up when it came to their lady and they lady stopped writing them. Bro, it was guys who hadn't received mail in years and they
Mm.
would sit down and tell me about it, and I would write out the letter of apology to the family and friends, and they would start getting mail again. You know what I'm saying? They would start getting like people reaching back out to them again, and these are guys who probably still locked up right now. You know what I'm
You telling
saying?
me
To tell
you
you the
you
truth.
ghost written letters?
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
Yo, that's a different stat though. I'm not gonna
For
lie.
real. Like
That's a
that's how.
different.
Yeah,
In
that's how I
prison
got my
at that.
locker full. That was
Oh,
that was one of my grinds. Shoot, like I said, I've been on my own since I was 12 going on 13, no guardian. So when I got locked to do my bid, it wasn't gonna be no, you know, except my Uncle Tim. I would never take that away from him. That was the one family member I had that
mm,
made sure that he came to visit me. It was a few times throughout them years that he put money on my books and sent me like a food package, 55 pound food package. So I'll never take that away from my Uncle Tim. But that was like the only family member, bro. Everything else got to get it how you live. Better figure out what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? And monetize it. And it's the same
mm-hmm.
when you free. You know what I'm saying? It's the same when you free, bro.
Yeah, you
Word
gotta
up.
think like that. You gotta think like that. Going back to the financial thing for a little bit, if
Mhm.
you don't mind, I
Yeah,
want
for
to ask
sure.
you about. There's a big thing going on with Geechi Gotti right now. How he,
Yeah, free Geechi.
yeah, free Geechi for sure. How
Hmm.
he or his team is handling this whole situation.
Yeah,
It came out that they were basically asking people to help him with his
yeah,
legal fees. And what's your opinion on that? Because a lot of people have different type of opinions on this.
yeah.
And I was
What
trying to
I'll say
see
is
what
I won't
if you.
advocate. Yeah, I won't advocate for people saying if you personally feel like yo that shit was stupid and I'm not sending him no money out worked or earned out here in the world. If
Mhm,
that's your stance, that's 100% fine and your prerogative to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fine. But
mm,
I don't think that that's the message that should be promoted to the public, especially when you have like the one thing about the platforms is they all have this one thing. No matter how different their platforms are, their numbers go up because it's obvious they have that part of the personality that other people are drawn to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if your message is don't help him, not I wouldn't help him, it's you'd be a fool to help him and send him money. I won't advocate for that. If you on a personal one-on-one level feel like I wouldn't do it, you have every right to say that. You know what I'm saying? But don't entice somebody to not support somebody that otherwise they would have supported. Like I don't completely agree with how Geechi moved out here personally, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel we too old for that shit. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna send him money toward his lawyer or not send
Mhm.
him money toward his bond. That don't mean I'm gonna do that either because everybody else is looking at it like Geechi Gotti the battle rapper. I'm looking at it like, bro, he's a father and a husband. And this right here is real. So if I can help him to get free a little early, even if he wound up still doing time, to be able to fight it from the street, I'm a person who personally knows how important it is to soak up as much time with your loved ones as possible, especially when it's more likely that you're gonna go away than not. You know what I'm saying? So I won't advocate for
Right.
somebody saying, yo, y'all, I would if I was y'all, you not them. You know what I'm saying? Just speak on yourself. Singular, individual. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to persuade other people to follow you or follow suit with what you decided for yourself. And it's unfortunate that, you know what I'm saying, we even got some people on this planet who can be persuaded that way. You know what I'm saying? As the
Right.
for example, you ever had a friend who was like, "Oh, that movie was trash." So you decided not to watch the movie, but then a couple
Yeah, it
years
happens,
down, and yeah, a
especially with
couple years go
movies.
by
Yeah.
and it just come on
Mm.
TV and you it become one of your favorites. You like, bro, this movie was fire.
What?
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I would tell the supporters to make your own decision. If it's in your heart to send some money, then send some money. But at the same time, to his team, don't be on these social media platforms trying to call people stupid for voicing their opinions as well. Like I've been one of the people publicly saying, I'm gonna keep it real with you. That shit was dumb because it
Mm.
was. And I
Right.
don't care, bro. I'm not soft. So I don't care who like it or don't like it. It was stupid. Because the reality is, we got an obligation to the people that's coming behind us, bro. We all leaving this planet to younger generations, bro. And if we have a bunch of adults making excuses for a grown ass man who made a choice, there's people are out here using verbiage like mistake.
Hmm.
That's not a fucking mistake, bro. It's a choice. It's a choice. You know what I'm saying? ARP was
Right.
on or earlier he did a podcast where he said as far as bullying goes, he feels like there's a certain cutoff age where bullying doesn't even exist no more. You can't be
Yeah.
bullied no
Yeah.
more. You're either
That makes
soft or you're
perfect
not.
sense.
You get what I'm saying? And it's the same thing when it comes to choices and decisions we make. There's accidents, right? An accident is an action, right? That led to is an indirect action that led to a negative result. Meaning
Right.
you driving and you forget to put your turning signal on and you trying to catch this yellow light or whatever and you turn left sharp as a mug and somebody else didn't, yeah, that's an accident. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you weren't maliciously trying to do something wrong, but it still had a negative effect. But even then, it's still a choice because you could have chose to slow down because you an adult. You know what I'm saying? Two things
Right.
could be right at the same time, and that's what people got to stop doing on his end. That's trying to speak publicly to advocate for him because the stuff that they saying is making it worse for the people that might have wanted to support him. Guys, you got guys out here talking about, well, you got to look at the system and how the system is created and how, bro, I know the history of policing on this in this
Salute
country,
to
bro.
EK.
Yo, for real, salute to
Yeah.
salute to EK. But it's like, bro,
Yeah.
we if anybody is black in America, and they gotta be smart enough, especially if they in the streets, they gotta be smart enough to know the history of what they're gonna be combating, right? And if they don't know, what
Hmm.
he was saying was the original purpose for policing was slave catching, right?
Correct.
That was
Right.
the original reason that police in America existed, period, was to catch runaway slaves. Because remember, no different than right now in the Constitution, they still consider us three-fifths of a man. And it was put that way because we were livestock. We were treated
Right.
the same way cattle's were treated. Cattle was treated, got branded, all that stuff. So if a runaway slave ran off, there was a certain branding mark so they knew which plantation he was from. You understand? The fact that we understand that is it's 2026. If you're gonna choose to do something wrong, the same way police have gang unit, they have gang unit because they know in war, one of the biggest things is information. Know thy enemy. They look at gangs as the enemy. Then why are the gangs not inside law libraries learning constitutional law, learning how to combat the same people that's trying to take their freedom and their life? Why would you not want to know these things? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But remember, that goes back to what I said earlier. Once you're an adult, nobody could force you to learn nothing. You either gonna stay
You
dumb
got
or you gonna choose to be smarter than you was yesterday. But I feel like dude is doing a disservice by trying to blame that or and then he had this one little segment where he could say
or
he
do you
wasn't
do you
talking about
so you believe that it was too heavy handed as a
no,
response,
bro.
basically.
No,
Or do
I
you
believe
just
that
disagree? Okay, go ahead.
no, what it is, bro. I believe that the realest people in my corner, the realest thing they could do is hold me accountable.
Mm,
Hold me accountable, bro. Not try to make it seem like it's at fault for something else or some system, or you don't know what this person I have to go through based on his affiliations or what might have been done to him, and then try to act like I wasn't alluding to nothing. None of the members is like, bro, who or who's they then? Like, there's nobody else you could be talking about in that scenario, bro. Unless you just talk about all black people that was born in impoverished areas, but then that wouldn't even make sense because if that's the excuse, then we all that it should be nobody going to Harvard, but we have young black people in the same community that go to Harvard that become
mm,
Fortune 500 business owners. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff
right.
will be possible based on that. It's just it's just you have to not in a malicious way, but you have to be real enough to say, hey, listen, we're human. And even though sometimes situations may make us make emotional decisions, we've
Hmm.
all been there. How about understanding that we all human and we all got a sense of emotion and duty in this world? And sometimes it'll make us do things that no, we may necessarily not have done if things weren't that drastic to us. Have the same kind of emotion and show him love in his downtime. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Because I was
Or
gonna
go
ask
to
you.
yeah,
I think you answered my question, but yeah, I was gonna ask you how would you would have handled that situation if you were in his corner. Let's say you were part of his team, um,
yeah.
or
The
what
same
kind of
way a
advice would
parent
you
does a
give them?
child. The same way a
Okay.
parent does a child. Remember, and that's why this world's so twisted, bro. I believe the planet was better when you still able to spank your kid and discipline them by whipping their ass, bro. It's like now that
I
punishment
agree with you
doesn't
there.
hurt. Yeah, but punishment doesn't hurt anymore. They don't care if you take a tablet away. None of that stuff hurt. And the reason that punishment needs to hurt is because as an adult, the punishment get more severe. The punishment could be death. The punishment could be life in prison. The punishment could be homelessness. It could be hunger. You know what I'm saying? So that stuff gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No, you
so
got a point.
yeah, man. It's you if we really try to prepare people for life, I would treat it the same way a parent would treat a child. Like, listen, you fucked up. I still love you though. It's called build, break, build. Even in the professional setting, we call it build, break, build. I don't know if you saw the video, but I've actually worked in sales for a long time, so I would teach some of the younger guys coming in how to combat rejection out there in the field. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to hear no 1,000 times. It'll break down anybody's morale. But it's called
Right.
build, break, build, meaning they'll go out there, say they have an unproductive day, right? Build them up. Hey, listen, man. You showing up to work tomorrow? Yeah, I'm showing up to work. Oh, all right. Because that right there show that you could take a hit, build, break, but you also didn't do the method that I gave you out there in the public. What you tried to do was freestyle and do you. I gave you a system and you didn't even put the pressure on the system I gave you. You said forget
Mm-hmm.
the system and you put the pressure on yourself, right? That's break.
See.
But build the last build, because remember, you can't leave nobody down. You got to build them back up. The last build is, well, even though you didn't listen to the system today, you see how, know what I'm saying, it negatively affected you emotionally, right? Guess what? That means tomorrow you won't even get to feel that emotion because tomorrow you're gonna put the pressure on the system I gave you and see if
Mm.
that right there give you a better result. That way, if they say no, they not saying no to you personally, they saying no to the system.
System. That's yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
amazing.
And I
Yeah,
employ all
absolutely.
the battle rappers, bro. It's just a message I want to give y'all. Bro, we are grown, bro. We are adults have to work, fam. I know people be believing in the hype of, yo, bro, I'm mad known in battle rap. So what? If you could, bro, you could be the most known person in battle rap. If you're not smart with your money, bro, and you blowing the bag, if you feel like you got to show up, that's one thing I really love about myself, bro. Confidence was always in me. It was never on me, bro. I never had to show up with no red
Mm-hmm.
bottoms. I never had to show up with no $1,000 belt or none of that stuff. And I'm talking about, you can't tell me apart from the guys who got it on. People still want to gravitate toward me and flick it up with me because real is exactly that.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? And bro, if you don't have good money management skills and you blow the money you get before you even receive it, go and get a job. Don't allow your pride to put you in a position to say, I can't be seen out there amongst the commoners because it's only in popularity you not common. But financially, it's somebody working in McDonald's that is richer than you because they have
Mm.
better money management skills than you.
Yeah, that's so important.
For real, bro. That way you don't put yourself in a position to have to go back to something that only caused you pain in the first place. If it didn't cause you pain, you would have never left it. You'd
Correct.
have never
And I think
left it.
that's being normalized. Like guys with Mike P, I think he came on his platform and said it that he has a job. He says it proudly. I think that should be
Yeah,
normalized. Like you're saying, yeah, that's a great point that you're making.
100%. Think about it. They could use it for an angle.
Right.
I didn't see them using jazz occupation as an angle stopping her from going to work. Like, bro, and they said she police. All right, guess what she not? A felon.
There you
Guess
go.
what she not? Homeless. She not hungry. We see her going on trips all the time, traveling. Like,
Right.
come on, bro. Like, and then my thing is, like, even if you look at the state of the culture, the most lit people in the culture, the biggest names
Mm.
in this culture are 35 plus. Niggas
Yeah,
is
for
not
sure.
young. 35 plus.
Yeah.
Meaning, say for some reason they decide to stick around to they 50 years old battling. But that's only 15 years. Most of the ones is in their 40s, bro. That's lit in
Hmm.
this. You might not be able to tell by looking at them, but they 40 plus. They're not gonna be here in another 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, you don't like when the money stop, you don't have 401k, you don't have a retirement plan, and you wasn't smart enough to stack the money you was making in this business. What do you think you're gonna have to do? Is you're already
Mm.
gonna be at the age where it's too late to start a career.
Correct.
You don't have the skill set or the education to get one of the careers that's gonna give you 100 grand a year. So then what you think you're gonna have to do? Why you think every homeless person on the street was a drug addict? No, the majority of them had poor money management skills in their youth. That's literally why they outside.
It all boils down to that.
Yeah, if you think you could think it can't be you, bro. Word.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, bro, it could easily be you, bro. Easily be
Did you
you. That's
watch
why.
that Hassan clip? I'm not sure if you're
Oh
familiar
yeah,
with Hassan
yes,
Campbell.
yeah. I seen it, man.
You seen that clip? What's your thoughts on that? On what he
I
said
feel like
to give
everybody
you?
else feel, man. And this is why I'm saying about the internet, bro. If somebody like Hassan Campbell could even make close to $1 million on the internet, and to me, he always came across like a weirdo. He looked like his syndrome is down. Not being funny, but it's like, bro,
Now he's a wild.
like, and they call him a crash out. I don't consider him no crash out because if you notice, anytime he start talking the really tough stuff, right? What is his suggestion? Let's do it in front of police.
Always.
Bro, crash outs ain't saying that because they still want to get away with something. They not saying, yo, let's throw our life away. Let's go to the precinct and come armed,
Let's get
knowing
out of
that you
there.
got a huge
Yeah.
following. They know what area you in. So you putting police on high alert and then you talking to the person. So you basically letting police know if something happened to me, this who did it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, like if he could get lit on the internet, ain't no reason for nobody to be broke out here anyway. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I saw the whole stuff he was doing. He really don't know this culture, even analytically. Like it's certain battle rappers that really don't understand the business either. That have a buzz in this. They act for these huge ass numbers when the reality is if a league owner decided to show them what that revenue coming in off of the battles drops, the numbers, bro. Unless it's pay per view is what made it so that people could actually get the number they thought they was worth. Because if it was just based off YouTube drops, it's not a lot of million view battles no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like at
Right.
all. So you'd be lucky to get 500,000 views on YouTube now, and that's not gonna bring in the money for what these dudes ask for. But if you show them that analytically, it's gonna humble them. Like, yo, bro, I know you asking for 30 bands, but bro, you not that. Like your battle gonna drop on the internet. Somebody be lucky to make $8,000 off your battle, bro. Like,
Mm.
you know,
That's
but again, it's
downtown.
it's yeah, bro. Pay-per-view saved a lot of people, bro. But it's a double-edged sword because because they was getting the money, got them feeling that's what they were actually worth. You were only worth that based on people wanting to see you and purchase it on a pay-per-view thread. And it's only a few people that can sell pay-per-view too. It's certain people that got a name in this. No, then the fans that
Yeah.
see their name on the card, and they'll be like, man, I'll wait for it to drop on YouTube.
That's true. No,
Word up.
that's accurate.
But
What
yeah,
do
when
you
it comes
think
to
the
people
new
like
motto
Hassan,
should
bro,
be, though? Okay, go ahead.
huh?
Finish.
Now I was gonna
Now
say
go
when it
ahead.
comes to
Finish
people
your
like
Hassan.
Hassan, yeah, when it comes to people like Hassan, bro, I don't want the culture taking him serious. I don't even want people to continuously respond to him because what's happening is we responding to him and we're pushing our viewership from our culture over to him. And he don't even deserve that. Look,
Mm.
if you make a million, if you made $1 million off your own stuff and you ain't been talking about nothing going on over here, you go talk about something else. Cause you don't cover battle rap. He talking about some bro. I bought the DVDs. So what? So what, bro? What do that mean? That ain't got nothing to do with battle rap today,
Now
bro.
you went.
Not nothing at all. That don't give you a right to have an opinion on somebody bad situation, and then you got a big platform, and that's all you want to talk about. No, bro. How about when we have these events, you pop out like a Joe Button to pop out? That's why I don't look at Joe Button the same way I look at like goofies like him, bro. He's a clown, and again,
Mm-hmm.
he a clickbait type of dude. Don't even give him the satisfaction. You know what you got to do for dudes like him? You got to ignore him and act like you ain't see it. You got to act like you ain't see him talking. Even in
Mm.
person. That's the kind of person you could tell he'll get mad at that. He looked like the kind of person that'll think he's somebody, go to an event, and when all of the people with the cameras is walking past him, he getting more aggravated and more aggravated. He gonna start introducing himself in an arrogant way, like, yo, you don't know me? No, get the fuck out of here. No, we don't know you. He gonna get more mad. He gonna start breaking stuff because he looked like telling you like his syndrome is down, bro. Tell the truth. Glasses on or glasses off. He looked like he's supposed to be on Ritalin or something or some type of medication or something, bro.
His
Word
actions,
up.
his actions
Yeah,
alone,
man.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Nah,
I don't want the culture paying him no mind, bro. We ain't helping him get no money. No money. Because that's all it was for. Him trying to get a bag. Because wasn't really nothing else going on like that for him to be
yeah,
talking about.
yeah. He definitely is like acting
I ain't seen him post
ultra type.
Calico card coming up
He ain't
on
posted
April
nothing. This
5th.
first time I heard, he just, he just took the time to just jump on this,
Yeah.
Geechi Gotti
That's
train,
what I'm
right?
saying, bro. It's like, yo, if you really cared, why you not talking about the fact Calico is about to have a battle versus Shotgun Suge in Detroit April 5th? Or how T Top April 4th is gonna be back home
We-
in North Carolina battling
mhm.
Verb. Why you not talking about that? Because he don't really care about the culture for real. He care about what's gonna be clickbait for his title, for his screen. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's his
saying?
business
So
model. Hmm.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, that
You
was
gotta
well
watch
said,
guys
man.
like that, man.
Well
They
said.
leeches, man. They vultures. For real, man. They vultures, man. I don't even rock with people with that personality in real life. I damn
Yeah.
sure ain't about to.
You mentioned a verb just now. Topic.
Mhm. Yeah, man. That he's something meant to
I
be
think he
wrong with
puts
that
that
man.
on. You think that's his real personality?
Yes,
Can
it's
you hear me?
starting to slip more. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I believe that's
Can you hear me?
definitely who Bird is. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
No,
believe
no.
that's
I was
who
talking
Bird
about
is,
Hassan.
bro.
Like he puts that on.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, what you said? I thought you said we said switch the Verb. Well, what about
Excuse
Hassan?
me.
Is if that's his
No,
personality? Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really him.
Okay. Okay.
I'm telling you, that's why I gave the example. Think about it, bro. He looked like
Hmm.
I've never seen somebody get mad. No, like, bro, it's a device, bro. It's not even. It can't even move on its own, fam.
Hmm.
Why are you going that hard in front of the camera like that, bro? You all drooling and foaming in the corner of your mouth and all that shit, looking crazy, bro. Like a person is there. Ain't nobody next to you, fam. It's not nobody there.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why I don't be
definitely too
believing
nice,
dudes.
man.
That's why I don't be believing dudes. Cause it's like, one, if you really
I mean,
was on
but
it
when you
like
have
that,
such a traumatic past, though, I think that's got to be addressed too. He has some traumatic childhood, but that still doesn't kind of, you know.
traumatic, like what though? What who like what
Well,
type of
he said
trauma?
that he was, what happened with Africa Bambata. He claims that he was,
Mm,
SA'd by him when he was younger. Actually, I don't know if you
wow,
know that
yeah, I
backstory.
know, I know Afro, yeah, they're talking about from Zulu Nation.
Yeah, yeah. He said he
Yeah,
actually SA'd
I'm
him
familiar. Yeah,
back in the
that's see,
days.
well, I'm sorry if that happened, right? But again,
Hmm.
even for stuff like that to happen, that means your parents failed you. Why was you around that grown man as a child in the first place? He's not your guardian. What parent left you there? Probably a parent who was trying to be down, like Zulu Nation, and because they felt they could trust him, they felt they could leave their kid with him. I don't even understand that. It's like, and I understand hurt people, but bro, go get therapy then.
Yeah, that's
Get
what
off the
everybody's telling.
internet.
Yeah,
Go get
yeah.
professional help. You know what I'm saying? It's like, go get professional help and get off the internet until you figure out how to get some type of closure to that trauma to be able to live as who you actually are. Because if this is the person that the trauma is making you to be, bro, it's disgusting, man.
Nah, it's
You know what I'm saying?
definitely
It's
disgusting.
yeah, bro. It's like like the man was sitting in that room talking about right now, out of everybody in this room, there's at least five people or three people that done had sex with a minor. I'm like, yo, bro, what are you
Yeah,
talking about, bro? Don't
that's
self project.
insane.
Yo, why are you self projecting that on grown
Yeah,
men, like,
definitely.
bro? And that's why I say he not a crash out, he a crash dummy because you gotta be stupid to say that in a room full of men. Like men ain't out here playing with you, bro. Like who you talking? I'm telling you, that couldn't have been in Brooklyn. Cause the
Yeah,
first thing niggas gonna say, yo, bro, who? Who you talking about, yo?
right.
Like what you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
But I
Again, I'm
think a
sorry that he
whack.
went through that as a child, bro. I'm sorry he went through that, but as an adult, it's a choice to stay traumatized, man. Go seek professional
Mm,
help if you can't fix it on your own. If the person that did something to you ain't around for you to gain no closure, then you gotta go talk to a professional.
yeah,
Got to, man.
got to. Talking about getting professional help. You had some back and forth with a Verb about what would you say about a month ago?
Yeah, about a month ago,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he pretty much invited you, or he invited everybody, or he asked. It was like a call out to having a boxing match.
Yeah.
Um, and I
I'm
think
per-
you obliged.
yeah, I
Yeah,
purchased all wolf tickets, man. Don't sell
you
me
did. I
no
think you
wolf
were the
ticket,
first
bro.
one.
I enjoy fighting. So it's like
Yeah,
like
yeah, we know that. We saw you 4K with a
word
suit
up,
on,
bro. Yeah,
dancing.
bro.
Yeah.
Hard bottoms. Sliding on them. Sliding on
Yeah.
them. But yeah, honestly, bro, like I look at somebody like Verb and even the fact that he agreed or whatever, like, or he basically mentioned boxing to me first, which was crazy to me. No different than Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes, I was on Angry Fan and he mentioned boxing. I didn't mention no boxing, right? And people getting upset with me, like, bro, but you ain't never send him to Brett.
Mhm.
Why would I send him money to box when he'll never be able to be sanctioned as a boxer? He only has one eye that has visibility. He'll never be able to box in nobody's ring. He is blind. Half of the world is dark to him. He got to turn his head to look across the street. People don't understand that. So it's like, bro, why would I send him money when I know for a fact he knows he's disabled with that eye and he'll never be able to box nowhere. Nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Verb, same thing. Verb is going to mention boxing because he's so used to people ignoring it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the kind of person like, yo, listen, man, what's up? I got 10 racks for you right now. Let's get this boxing shit happening. What's up? And soon as I say that, this becomes the cop out. I need 30. When in reality,
Yeah. I was gonna ask you that. But I think your rebuttal game was so crazy for real. Because you told him, show me 30,000 somebody paid you, and I will give you that
word is
30,
born, bro.
which was a
And
fair,
then,
which was a,
did you ever see him present it?
hell no. I
Because
didn't
he
see none of that.
can't. And that's my thing. It's like, bro, the highest you probably ever was paid was from my brother ARP. Mind you, you've been a smack rapper your whole career. After Guardian Angels dunk, you was a smack rapper. Why is it that the most money you made is with Red Breed Entertainment? You know what I'm saying?
Good
So it's like,
question.
bro, come on, man. Come on, man. And that's why I said, yo, bro, we could go. First, I was like 90 days. Show me within the last 90 days. Then I was like, bro, show me within the last year. You won't be able to show it because ain't nobody paying you that, Verb. And that's what I mean by people to take the illusion of what they think they worth in this culture. And because they able to talk out loud, know what I'm saying? And people don't know the background, know what I'm saying, of or the behind the scenes of how this shit really go, they'll believe that shit. Dudes ain't getting that money, bro. Know what I'm saying? He ain't,
Hmm.
come on, man. You talking about Verb. He's not getting that. He's not
Right.
getting that, bro.
Yeah, especially now too.
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like, first off, people gotta understand. Just think about it. He used to be on his YouTube channel, right?
Hmm.
Live on his YouTube channel. And then you stop seeing him on the YouTube channel. Why? because every 25 days he looks skinnier than he did 25 days ago. He losing weight at a rapid pace, and people could try to say, "Oh, it's the vegan diet," but suppose I make an adjustment of my calorie intake because even right now I'm knocking weight off because I'm trying to catch up to the healthiest weight for my height, right? For my age,
Mm-hmm.
all of this stuff is important when you get up in age, right? So I'm gonna be knocking weight off, but it's gonna be fat cells, not muscle, right? But suppose that weight fluctuation was because he switched his diet to a vegan diet and he adjusted his calorie intake. Eventually, that is going to do like water does and level out, and the weight loss is gonna stop. Why are you still getting smaller? So much so that you don't even go on your YouTube channel no more. You just be in spaces because spaces is not a video, it's audio.
Right.
Don't nobody gotta see you when you talk that dumb shit you talk. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And him and Hassan Campbell, I'm telling you, both of them guys, I don't know what happened to Verb, but I be feeling like something happened to him when he was young too, bro. Because I be feeling like men self-project. Like men like that self-project on the other men. Every time he open his mouth, it's about something gay, bro. It's
Yeah, yeah.
and then
That's
the hatred for women, it all makes sense, bro. It's like I don't know what woman did something to you, but he tried to go to Kevin Samuel's route and just so much hate talk against women, especially black women. And then everything after that was some gay rhetoric when this is all supposed to be rap beef. Like, why are you talking about Danger Zone drugged and RJC, bro? What are you talking about? What are you
yeah. It
talking
was.
about, bro? Like, dude is crazy. And he don't got no income no more. Like that's why he'll take a Hassan Campbell who will say, "Oh, I know what to do with these dudes. If I had access with these dudes, I could make 1 million." Somebody like Verb would hear that and be willing to do anything in the world to get a sit down with this dude. Word is born talking
We
about I
might
take a
actually
lot
see
of
that
second
though.
cash. I wouldn't even watch that shit, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. To me, that would be two scarred men or scarred boys because I look at them and see Peter Pan. They never grew up
Mm,
from the moment the trauma happened. They just got their body got older, but they still that traumatized ass child, bro.
Damn.
That's who they are. Word up. You could tell even with Verb, his identity, he keep trying to change it and shift it. Island Verb, Verb Von Doom, vegan Verb. He just trying to figure out who he is at these old ages, bro. Never seen somebody with so many different personalities and try to reinvent themselves and remarket themselves in all these different and weird ass ways, bro. I never seen it from nobody else in this culture, bro. Nobody.
That's correct.
Word up, man.
Yeah, sad to see actually, man. You know,
Yeah,
and what do you think about the whole, ghostwriting gate that's happening right now with the whole situation? Where is your stance on it? I know some, people
it
like
don't belong in
Excel.
battle rap, bro.
Okay.
It don't belong here. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's really what separate us from the industry. That's why even the guys in the industry pay homage to us. You know what I'm saying? That's why they watch
Right.
us. Cause it's like they understand that battle rap, just like breakdancing, just like DJing, was this one of the essences of hip hop, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was about being real, raw, and authentic. Now, you can't be real, right? If you didn't write it. That already make it fake. You can't be
Mm-hmm.
raw because you cannot deliver somebody else's life with real passion. And it ain't no authenticity there because you didn't live it, bro. It's not you. You know what I'm saying? It's not you. I don't care how, even if you look at the lines that they said that Danger um confirmed that he wrote for Verb. If you go look at them battles, every time it was time to say one of them lines, he slipped up and choked.
Stumble like a mug. Yep.
stumbling and shit. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you know what I'm saying? Come on. That's because it ain't you. It's because it ain't you. It's always easy to do you because it's you. That's why they call it doing you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I give so much respect and props to actors who got to memorize scripts and learn how to really dive into a character that is not their lived experience. You got to give props to actors for that. But that shit don't belong in battle rap, bro. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I don't care what nobody say. It don't belong
What
here.
about
And I see dudes like Ike P. Salute Ike. He know that's the bro. But Ike,
yeah?
stop trying to say that it's a business. Like I understand that it's a business. I'm not one of the people mad at Danger for accepting a check because if like, bro, I'm not turning down nothing but my collar. Let a motherfucker come to me talking about yo, I need 3 rounds. I'm selling them 3 rounds. The only difference is nobody outside of us two people would ever know. Show is never gonna be inside some group chat talking about some yo, bro. Just roll for this nigga today. I'm not doing that shit because once you take information that's supposed to be between two parties and you give it to a third party, you just gave away the right for them to speak on it because you can't control nobody but yourself. How you gonna get mad at somebody else speaking on something that you spoke on first? You was the first one who violated the code of business.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't keep your mouth shut about it. You can't be mad at nobody else for talking about what you made them privy to. You can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, bro, we not gonna make excuses for it belonging here, bro. Like, come on, bro. It don't belong here, bro.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But do you do you have the same respect for a person that took you know
The raps,
the raps? Like, let's say if you wrote for somebody, do you respect that person anymore? I think
not as a rapper. I respect
at
him
all,
as a
right?
human being. I respect him as a human being
No, no,
because,
no, no, no. We're just talking
yeah.
about just as
Oh, just the rap
in the
portion?
art.
Hell
Yeah.
no. Because it ain't his raps. They mine. You know what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
mine. What I'm gonna like think like what I'm gonna respect about it. I'm gonna sit there like, ooh, like yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That nigga spit my shit crazy, bro. Pause. That shit sound
Was
crazy to
that?
even say. Pause.
It was that.
Pause,
Yeah.
bro. That's what I'm saying. That you can't even, bro. There ain't even no way to talk about that in a legit way, bro. That shit, nah, man. It
No,
don't
I
belong here,
brought that
bro.
up because like you said, Ike P, you got Jack Boy, Swave, that kind of have that same sentiment where they're
Dudes
saying,
can't
look,
listen to Jack Boy, bro.
okay, okay, we'll get to
Can't,
that. But
yeah, you can't listen to him, bro.
his sentiment was, and their sentiment was that you know it's okay to have ghostwriters here in battle rap. They respect the people who sell them, but they don't respect the person that actually buys the bars. Um, I think they should be on an equal ground. That's how I
As far
feel.
as far
It
as
shouldn't be here. Actually, it shouldn't be here at all.
so
Period.
look, let me
Like,
ask you this, right? Let me ask you this, right? So take
go
it
ahead.
off of rap, right? Let's say, because we don't know a person's situation that'll make them say yes to accepting the money, right? That's just reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the nigga said, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just write these rounds because I could use this $500 to $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because life is life. And
No,
adults
for
ain't
sure.
really turning down no money, especially to get paid for something that they not gonna never use or whatever it is, right? So take it over rap for a second. That's like somebody saying, yo, rent coming up, might not have all the rent. Would you be upset with a person who had a garage sale and upset about the person who showed up to purchase stuff from that person's garage?
Yeah, I, I don't like that analogy. Just because it
Why
just
though?
doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit
The
this
half of it don't
scenario.
fit
Yeah.
because of the person coming to buy it, right? Because there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with purchasing something from a flea market or a garage sale in that sense, right?
It's not
But then,
like frowned upon, like going to a
right,
garage sale and getting, yeah, and
right.
it's
Well,
not like
that
that.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
guess in that sense it won't fit. But I don't really know an analogy outside of that actually fit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so unique. Because in all other forms of entertainment, it's accepted. Even if you think about acting, again, the people
Well,
in there
hold on.
memorizing
I
the
just
script.
sorry to cut you off because
Mhm.
this keeps you saying. I think you come from that background. Would you say? And it's kind
What,
of, I mean,
singing?
you were a singer,
I
so you
still am.
kind of don't. You still are, right? Um,
Yeah.
so those type of things are common among singers. Do you think that kind of affects your the way you're looking at it through that lens, maybe? Because you're
No,
okay with okay.
because I've never been okay with receiving R&B music that somebody else wrote. Like I even
Mm-hmm.
when it come to R&B music, I really feel like when you're talking about artistry, there's authentic artistry, real artistry, and there's purchase artistry. Like I understand why once somebody gets to a certain level, they may take a R&B song from a lit writer, right? Because that's actually an occupation. Because everybody who has the ability to sing doesn't have the ability to write music. That's the reality of it. Some people don't have the talent of writing a song, but they may have an amazing voice. Think about a Beyonce,
Mm-hmm.
right? Beyonce, incredible voice. A crazy, Jasmine Sullivan, amazing voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't write all their songs because they may not have the gift. I think Jasmine Sullivan writes hers for sure, almost. I just want to take her out
I
of it
hope she
because,
does.
yeah, I'm gonna keep it
Yeah,
real.
I've never heard it.
She's such an amazing. I don't even like putting her in the same breath as because to me she's the best female
Rihanna, maybe.
R&B artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like vocally, her runs is just too crazy for anybody to be in the same sentence as her, right? Besides probably like a Brandy or something. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Jill
But
Scott, one of them.
ju- right. But when say Beyonce, right? She got an amazing voice. But she may not have the gift of writing songs, which is why she'll get songs written by Neo. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And when you a lit artist like that, your schedule is so crazy. Even if you did have the talent to write a song, you may not have the time to because you may be touring, traveling, still performing these songs that's already written. That I can understand. But this is battle rap, bro. This battle rap. This ain't that. This is
Not
us drawing off of. You see how we have stuff called believability,
yeah, big thing.
passion with our delivery. The reason that even I'll use myself for an example, right? You know why when show off rap, it's like you could feel the bar? It's because I'm drawing from a real place and a real experience. When I
Mm-hmm.
when I battle Hazy Williams and I say, yo, disrespecting me, that's something you could get killed for. I know shooters who let the steel go. Why my waistline would it still go? Because I got enemies that know death right round the corner and they still go. Bro, understand I got multiple bullet wounds in my
Right.
body, bro. I've been in real shootouts, bro. I got 9 real stab wounds in my back, bro.
Crazy.
This not stuff. This is real, bro. So when I draw from these lived experiences of my past, and I just said this the other day, this the first time in my life anybody who I ever had a real issue with, bro. God got his hand on me. I'm the last one left, bro. Take that for whatever you want to take it for. But this the first
Mm.
time in my life I don't have to look over my shoulder at all. And it feels amazing. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So there's a difference between somebody who is drawn off a life experience and somebody who has such an amazing imagination that they could put together some of the greatest raps you ever heard. I don't knock either rapper if they're writing it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't knock
No,
either
I
rapper
understand
if
exactly
they're
what you're saying.
writing it. But bro, you cannot deliver something that somebody else wrote for you in a way that is going to translate on the camera, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. And you cheating the culture, especially when there's a majority of people. Verb personally has never been in my Mount Rushmore. Hitman was, right? As far as that region. It was always
Okay.
Hitman because to me, he did everything bigger, everything better. His looks was bigger. You know what I'm saying? The opportunities he created, the companies he created, the money he
Mm.
gave and poured back into this culture. Maybe to me, it's not even comparable. You know what I'm saying? But for the people who did have Verb on the Mount Rushmore, it's like, bro, you know what a spit in the face it is to have one line crafted by somebody else. Not when we talking about somebody of that stature. Why
Yep.
would, bro? No, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, bro. Cause think about it. I know battle rappers from St. Louis. Salute my bro KD. Salute F Mag. Like these are guys from the Lou that really are fire for real. Like
Yeah, for
fire.
real.
And I'm talking about
Indeed.
when I know it gotta feel like a slight to them when they see somebody like a Verb who got all this praise and accolade, bro. And he not even creating the craft, bro. I don't care what percentage of it, because the thing is this. You could Danger say, yo, it was only these few lines, and he scattered it between these couple battles. Right. But what happens is, how do we know he wrote any of it? Suppose he only went to Danger Zone that time because who he originally was getting the raps from wasn't fucking with him for whatever reason during that time.
Mm.
How do we know?
We don't. It
It's
puts
like
everything in question.
Yeah, it's like glass, bro. You could drop glass. I don't care how well you try to piece it back together, bro. It is never going to be the same. It is
Yeah, that's a
never going to be the
perfect.
same.
That's a perfect analogy, yo. That
For
is.
real.
Yeah. It can never be. Yeah, his legacy is forever tarnished, in my
100%.
opinion. But yeah.
100%. Because there's always going to be a question. And people know that subconsciously, bro. It's like people in your own family, the person who never lied to you before, or let's just say, for lack of a better term, an abusive relationship. Say again, you was in a relationship with somebody and they never raised their hand and hit you before, and something wound up triggering them, and they wound up slapping the shit out you, bro.
Hmm.
What's gonna happen every time this person go to reach for a hug? That person gonna flinch, thinking they swinging first.
No, for real.
For real, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't. We can't make no excuses out here for that, bro. I don't care about the fact that it's done in hip hop and all of that. Of course it is, or it's done in R&B. Of course it is. And if you think acting, the actors are not the ones writing the script usually. Of course it is like that. That ain't got shit to do with battle rap though. That don't got
Mm.
nothing to do with battle rap, bruh. Nothing.
Okay, what is your solution for it? Do you think there should be no more ghostwriters at all? Like, I mean, banned from the sport. Like, they should be outed. Like, that's
How would you
like a
know? Think
purge.
about it. The only way we know now is because one person couldn't keep their mouth shut.
Yeah.
Like, think about that, bro. That's the only reason we know now is because there was a business, and even in the messages, Verb said, "Let's treat it like a job." You know what I'm saying? So that was a
That is
business
crazy.
transaction. Yeah, that was crazy, bro. Treat it like a job is crazy, bro.
Wow.
But that makes it a business transaction, right? And under any other form of business, it's like Pepsi or Coca-Cola, bro. You can't walk into Coca-Cola office, walk down their halls talking about Pepsi business, bro.
Yeah.
You can't
Hmm.
do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's one, I would just suggest people learn to hold water more. And I would suggest this culture stop pushing the energy of damn, yo, you did Danger Zone. I hate the fact they did that with my brother Mickey Fax. Talking about, yo, you did Danger Zone this way and that way. He didn't do Danger Zone no way that Danger Zone didn't do himself first. It was a
Yeah.
business transaction. Why the fuck did Mickey know? Danger said he put it in a group. He didn't
In a
tell
group
Mickey
chat.
directly. He told multiple people. It's probably as soon as it was happening. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, bro, just don't say nothing.
Yeah. He sent them a whole video. Yeah. He sent them a whole video.
That's what I'm saying. Just don't say nothing,
He
bro.
wrote it.
Yeah, that's the only reason people know in the first place. Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing at all if that is the case. No. And also just bro, just stop doing it. Just stop doing it. I want all of you rappers to just create your own stuff, man. It's called doing you for a reason. It's called doing you
Mm.
because only you can do it. Could you imagine how it would feel if you became one of the biggest battle rappers in the world, and
Hmm.
every time you got an award or some type of accolade, you got to stand there in your heart to hearts knowing that it only exists because of somebody else's skill set?
Yeah,
Bro, that
that's
can't
got to
sit
be
right.
crazy.
Yeah, bro, it can't sit
No.
right with nobody, bro. That can't sit right with nobody, bro.
Now, in your own opinion, do you think there are others that are in high regard in the culture that have probably taken some bars here and there?
I mean, you could pretty much tell based on how people reacted to it. You guys see a bunch of people talking about, yeah, man, they was nothing, bro. We done sparred together and threw ideas at each other all the time, and this, that, and the third. And it's like, oh, all right. Well, I was always taught a person how to make an excuse for a behavior only make the excuse because they participate in the behavior. We seeing it right
Yeah,
now with this whole the Epstein thing. Ain't nobody went to
yeah.
jail yet. Why? Because the minute one person go to jail, everybody gonna go to jail.
Didn't they take that guy from Europe? What's his name? One of the princes.
No,
I
yeah,
think he
that's
went.
what. Yeah, of course. First off, this is the only country. The one we in is the only country where a foreign leader wasn't forced out of their seat, voted out of their seat. It's only our government that still got these wild and weird people still sitting in their seat, bro. It's
That
only
makes no
us.
sense to me.
Everywhere else done pushed people out of their respective seats, bro. Everywhere else. And you know why? Because the population out there ain't playing with that. The
At all.
population out there, they
Hmm.
are actually religious and live by it. They said, what? They'll set the whole planet on fire before they allow themselves to be led by somebody like that. But
Yeah,
here, it's not like that. It's not like that here. It's not like that.
yeah.
We
Because
already
people
been
forget, like,
convinced that we the minority.
yeah. And I was gonna say that, you know, what's his name? What's his name? Prince Andrew. Like,
Mhm.
he was the son of Elizabeth, like Queen Elizabeth.
Right.
Like, he had a very high ranking within that family. So for him to get kicked, that says a lot. And for us not to do anything over
Yes.
here,
Yes,
it's
bro.
it's crazy to me.
Yeah, bro. But like I said, again, it's usually the people that participate in the behavior that make the
Hmm.
excuses. Like you seen the what is the TV show the View with Whoopi and all of them? It's a talk
Yeah, I
show.
know they
What is
do
it
have a
called?
show. Hmm.
Yeah, they got a show. Whoopi and that other I forget the woman's name. They
Is that
are
a
in the
show?
Epstein files,
Oh, they are.
right? Yes. And then the wild part is this, right? So they have one episode before any of the files start getting released where they like, yo, listen, man, at the end of the day, if you ain't guilty, just drop all the files. If you ain't do nothing, then you ain't do nothing. Show up to court to prove your innocence, but drop the files and arrest everybody in it. Now that they see their names is in it, they change the whole tune, talking about some. Well, how do you determine who's guilty and who's not? All this shows is that there's people who gonna be in there who might have just been there for a wedding, and because they was around somebody who was around Epstein. No, don't change it now because there's your name involved. No, keep the same
But
energy you had,
do we give Hove the same pass?
bro. I'm from
Like,
Brooklyn. I said it in my
how did you
active
think about
battle.
that? You,
I
yeah.
said it in my active battle. I said I don't state bang, borough bang, or color bang. All I know
Hmm.
is when a live nigga die, his color change. I'm not
Hmm.
making excuses for nothing for nobody based on where they from, especially when it involves children, bro.
Yeah, that's a different type of
Everybody need to
nasty
be
work.
hung. Public
Yeah.
execution, bro.
Sure.
All of them. You got to make an example. I don't care how powerful somebody is, how rich somebody is. Bro, the reality is soon the world is going to wake up and realize that we are allowing 100 families to control this entire planet. One day we're going to
Yeah.
realize that stuff like taxes only exists because we choose to entertain it. Taxes and all that stuff do
Yeah.
not. What's going to happen if the entire United States decide they're not paying no taxes? What they going to do?
Yeah.
They don't have enough prisons to lock up the United States.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, what you think going to happen, bro?
A revolt
And
like that, yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
but that's the problem though. It's like everybody here fell for it. Everything is separation and segregation. Democrat, Republican, white, black, Latino, Asian, other, right? Middle class, lower class, upper class. Everything is about division. And it been
Mm-hmm.
that way so long that we'll see ICE agents snatch people up right in our face and just sit there and watch. Think about it. We are watching somebody get kidnapped and abducted right in our face and do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Because there's no solidarity. America knew the moment they got people to allow the few to govern the many, even when you think about policing, period, right? Why is it that one precinct could patrol and govern 200 city blocks? You know how many people live on 200 city blocks? And the average precinct only got about 150 employees in it? Maybe? How?
Right.
You know how? This right here. And I could prove it.
Invisible cop.
No, the
The
uniform,
color.
bro. The
Oh, the
uniform,
uniform.
period.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Because
yeah.
even when the shift change and the face change, the uniform stay the same. So what that drills into our mind is 24-hour unity, right? Let me show you the power in the uniform, bro, and why they had to eradicate Black Panther Party, bro. I'm gonna bring it into the now. Suppose I was able to get a message out to every Black American, just Black. I'll stick with Black, right? Suppose I was able to get a message out somehow to every Black American, right? And all the message said was, don't come outside for 5 days,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then when you come outside wearing this shirt. And I was able to get the shirt to everybody, right? Remember, everything is on camera now. There's a camera everywhere. That's why you're not getting away with nothing no more. Everything is caught on camera. The first day that no Black people are seen on any camera in the country is going to make local news everywhere. The second day is going to become national news. The third day, it will be international news, and the new news will start stating stuff like bringing in the marshals and all types of shit, right? And the the actual military bringing them in. Mind you, all we did was not come outside. If we are blessed enough to even make it to the fifth day and not be killed, right? Because remember, this is just not coming outside and being seen.
Mm-hmm.
If we're blessed enough to make it to the fifth day and then we step outside of our front door all wearing the same thing, this government will probably just bring in the army and eradicate us all. Because what that is going to say is, oh shit, they are all together. And that is the biggest fear of our government here, which is why they went further than just trying to separate. Know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
went further than just trying to separate Black people with rich and poor, light skin, dark skin.
Mm-hmm.
They want to separate every different Hispanic, Dominican, Puerto Rican, like Panamanian. They want to separate, bro, everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even some white folks, they want to say trailer trash and bro, it's about selling separation. Because the moment people realize these laws are only the laws because we allow them to be, the laws will not exist anymore. They will not
Wow.
exist. I want y'all to go on Google right now and Google search, is taxes voluntary? It's gonna
Mm.
blow y'all mind. They took years of Wesley Snipes' life for tax evasion,
Oh,
and
that's right.
tax is a voluntary thing in this country. It's not even a mandated thing.
Wow. You just dropped some gems right there, man.
I can't hear you,
I'm gonna
bro.
look
If
that
you
up
talking,
actually. Can you hear me?
hold on, I
Yep.
can't hear you. I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah. Yeah. Refresh it real quick.
You can hear me now, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you
Can you
before.
hear
My
me?
fault. Were you able to hear what I was saying
Okay. Yeah.
before?
Yeah. Yeah. I heard. I heard you. Clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
good,
For
good.
sure.
That means the audience
No.
did too.
Yeah. Let me ask you that question too. There was a guy named, what was his name? Master J, Grandmaster J or something like that. He got locked up like in
Hmm.
2023. Are you familiar with him?
No.
He was like
Oh,
he was a militia leader. Like he was bringing a lot of black people together. Like he was a real militant guy. But they threw
yeah.
him in jail for some infraction. Um,
Did they
that
kill
was
him in
just
prison?
he's still in prison. But I mean, he was up there though. Look him up. He I think he what was the name of his group? Like NFAC, something like that. But he had a large following. But
Yeah, I see. I'm not
I was
surprised,
surprised he
bro.
didn't get assassinated. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know that's usually the outcome of, think about every leader we had, bro. Every black leader we had on American soil was killed, bro. The only ones
Mm,
that weren't killed were the people who tried to play both sides, were the people who tried to say that they were pro us,
mm.
but they already took the bribe. Them the only people that was allowed to survive, bro. In real time. Think about it. Malcolm X assassinated as soon as possible. Martin Luther King would have been allowed to live because he preached a very different approach to what I believe he wanted to be the same result. But even toward the end of his life, he started sounding like Malcolm. That's why they
Yeah,
killed
he
him.
did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Come on, bro. That's why they killed him. They like, oh nah. Let me find out he was faking it the whole time. We got to get him out of here. They're accumulating too many people. Bro, if that right there don't tell you where we are, like, come on, bro. Look,
Yeah.
and
Very
even
time.
even full circle back to free Geechi Gotti. All the
Mm,
more reason to not be out here moving dumb. Cause we can't afford to. Bro, them guys moved smart and got rocked. They
mm.
moved just and got killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't take
You
yourself, bro. Don't
especially
take
yeah,
yourself
after
out
a
the
certain
picture.
time, you just gotta I believe I think you said it too. You said something like if you love the people more than you love yourself, like you're
You would never
unable
take yourself out the
to
picture.
self out. Yeah, I heard you say that. I thought that was powerful too.
Yeah,
Um,
bro.
yeah.
Because love is an action, bro. And like I said, I'm not saying nothing about these men that I didn't say about myself first. I'm not a hypocrite, bro. When I got locked
Mm-hmm,
up, I got locked up. All my charges of violence. I'm not gonna lie.
mm-hmm.
Armed
Yeah.
robberies, assaults, and batteries, bro. That's why I got one strike left and I be trying to chill. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, gotta
But
chill. Yeah.
even when it came to the armed robbery, for some reason, something that one of the old heads said when I was young stuck with me. He said, "Yo, it's a right way to do the wrong thing." So I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna go out here and catch a jukes because I got a newborn son. Then I got one going on 2-year-old daughter over here. I'm young as fuck. I need to fucking get some money because we need to eat, right? So I said, I'm gonna go rob some drug dealers. Nobody is thinking drug dealers is gonna say, hey, police, he robbed me. Nobody is gonna think that. You know what I'm saying? But they did. Fear makes people do because I already had a reputation for guns.
Right.
So fear will make people do stuff that they normally wouldn't have did anyway, right? And then think about my justification. Yo, listen, bro, need some food. These kids gotta eat. If I really was worried about my little ones eating, right?
Window.
Bro, I'm worried about them eating for a day. Who fed them for the 7 years I was in jail? You see what
Wow.
I'm saying? I'm worried about them eating today. So I take myself out of their life for years to have to worry about who's feeding them for years, bro. It makes no sense. That's why I
Yeah.
say, bro, an emotional man is a dangerous man. And a lot of the times, bro, we be emotionally led based on the circumstance of the moment. We don't never take that 2 seconds to step back or listen to that friend we got close to us saying, bro, don't go do it. That's stupid. Because I promise you, we all have that moment before we walk out that door to go do some shit. We all have that moment where it's either God's voice in our mind saying, don't go, and we
Mm-hmm.
still go anyway, or we got that friend that's like, bro, why is you doing that? Don't go do that stupid shit, bro. Let's just roll up smoke and think about it. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
And we and in
Usually
the
it's a
moment we
gut
don't
feeling.
listen,
Yeah, we gotta listen to our gut sometimes, man. That's like a superpower, low key, and we don't really use it. You know.
100%, bro. 100%,
Yeah, for
man.
sure.
100%, man. All I'm saying is, look, and people could take it how they want to take it, bro. Love is an action. It's not a word. It's not a quote, and it's not a saying. It's an action. Every one of these words we use have actions behind them, bro, that give validity to the definition of the word. The word is exactly that. The definition of it usually describes an action taken, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if you truly love the people you are connected to, you will not take yourself out the picture, bro. You will think about them before you go make that move. Because I'm telling you, even when it comes to surf, whether it be Geechi, surf, free bill collector, I guarantee you, bro,
Yeah.
every one of these guys is saying the same thing that we all said, bro. I swear to God, I wish I'd have never went. Bro,
Yeah.
why did I go, bro? Why did I do it? I'm
Man.
telling you, even if they not gonna say it to y'all, that's just a natural, it's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. I'm telling you, bro. I've been, bro, when I it was '04 when
Yeah.
I got locked, bro. It's guys that was already down 6, 7 years, 8 years before I even got there, some way longer. But it's guys that already had like 8 years in that's still in jail right now, bro. They ain't been home yet.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Damn.
ain't nobody out here playing with
So when you
life,
put it
bro.
like that, it's crazy. Just to
It's
think about.
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Come on,
Mm-mm.
man. It's easy as hell to get locked. You know how hard it is to make it home, bro? You know that during my bid, I did 18 months in the box for having to put my
18.
hands on somebody. And the reason I was in the box that long is because they was trying to convince him to get me my last strike because it was violence. They was trying to get him to tell on me and write a statement. Thank God he was a solid person that didn't. I was never gonna come home. Word
Wow.
up. You don't, bro, I'm telling you, people don't understand. Like, you don't really know what this shit is really like until you in a cell, right? Because up north, the way the box is, they'll have a double bunk box where you'll have a roommate, right? But I'm telling you, bro, especially somebody like me, they just stop sending them in because as soon as they send them in, and I'm not saying this to sound tough or nothing, bro, I got guys that I was locked up with that will verify this shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, I'm not, bro. I'm too grown to try to paint a picture of trying to be the ultimate tough guy. People think that because when I speak, it be of real accounts. like things that actually happen. And because they haven't experienced that, they think I'm trying to project some tough guy image. When in reality, I'm just letting you know why you should probably not play with me in certain ways, man. Right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm they send a bunkie in there. If he not a man of respect, he immediately getting sent right back up out of there. He can even volunteer and knock on the gate and tell the CEO that he can't live here, or he know I'm gonna cause him some pain and send him up out of there, bro. It got to the point where they stopped trying to give me a bunkie, which was probably the biggest detriment out of all the years I did. Because, bro, you think you think regular prison is a punishment? Try being locked in a box in a small ass cell, bro, where there is no 23 and 1. There is no like your 1 hour rec time. They're gonna crack open the door at the back of the cell and you're gonna be able to walk. It's mad thin. And it's just a gate that'll allow you to be outside, but you still in a fenced-in area, right? And all you get to see is whatever's right there, nothing else. The other 23 hours, you inside this cell. They stopped bringing me the library books, so I couldn't even escape by reading something. They was doing stuff to me like showing me my mail ripped up inside a garbage can, so I don't even get to get the mail that my family, my uncle Tim really was sending me, and that's what holds you down mentally. It gets to the point where your dead ass start talking to yourself, bro, just for the
Well,
sake of having convo, because they'll walk past your fucking cell and they'll not even acknowledge your existence, bro. Like, I'm
wow.
telling you, bro. It's like, bro, that's why I said, bro, I'm never, never, never going back to prison. And if I do, it would have to be because somebody tried to put their hands on me, or because somebody put their hands on my children, my wife, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody do none of that stuff, bro, God willing, I will never see no cell again. Like people think I'm playing. Like when I first came home again, I was still on some, bro. I wasn't able to immediately shake off the trauma that being in prison put on me, bro. So if you notice, even in battle rap, you go to the Red Breed channel, what was it, 9 years ago or something like that? You gonna see ARP upload the video, Showoff facing 10 to 25 years.
Yeah.
Bro, that
Remember
shit was real, dude. And the only reason I'm not locked for that right now is because I was smart enough to go to the grand jury. Meaning the only thing they was ever gonna be able to use to try to convict me of something or and get me indicted is what they had right then and there. And it wasn't enough to get me indicted. Salute ARP. That man wasn't even in the country, bro. That man came back into the country just to be in court with me because, like he said, it was he was like, yo, you want me to pop out with the camera? You know what I'm saying? Just in case this your last footage, so I could take it over to your family or something. He said, this ain't even for the internet and none of that stuff. This is just a bro. It wasn't until we went in there and spoke to the court official and he said, oh nah, you here for a full felony dismissal. Yeah, you weren't indicted. The grand jury couldn't indict you. We got him saying that on camera, bro.
man.
Word. Salute
Wow.
NHB Mills, the whole NHB. Know what I'm saying? They was in court with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean. It's like, bro, it's only so many opportunities you gonna get to walk away from something before. Like, when are you gonna grow up and take life serious, bro? When you gonna realize you're not gonna be able to blame nobody? When you gonna realize that when you dead and gone, bro, unless it's a car accident and multiple lives get taken, and even if that's the case, your death is gonna be singular and specific and customized for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the only one in your box. Let's stop playing out here.
Man. That's a powerful message. It is. A lot of us, especially in this community, needs to kind of take heed to that too, man. That type of it's got to be more amplified. Um,
Yeah, man.
But to move, I'm not gonna hold you too much longer.
I
Got
got you
about 10 minutes left, and
for sure.
you touched on ARP real quick. Can
Hmm.
you just kind of give us a little bit of breakdown how you, especially you, Shata, ARP, like no one could deny like type of respect you guys have for each other and all that.
Yeah, they're my
That's all
brothers,
we
man.
see actually as just as yeah. How was that relationship formed? Break it
So
down
that's
just a little
why,
bit if
yeah,
you
that's
can.
why I saluted No Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Well, and also
Mm-hmm.
as much as I'm, I can't erase, you know what I'm saying, the past. There's times that we gonna meet people, and when time go by, we find out stuff about them that'll completely turn us off to and make us regret knowing them. But
Yeah.
the one reason I will not regret knowing Adi Boom is because
Mm-hmm.
he was the reason that I heard about RBE in the first place. He was on the first RBE card where he battled Averb on the first RBE card. And I went there to support him.
Yep.
And honestly, I didn't even get a chance to speak to ARP that day at
Mm-hmm.
all. Or Shata. None of them. Just so happened that fast forward, salute to No Mercy, Trap House, New York. He
Yeah.
got me
Salute
to
to Mercy.
battle. It was supposed to be a main event battle versus Lex Luthor from I Battle. Salute Lex. Something happened with
Lex.
Lex where he couldn't arrive or show up to the battle or whatever it was. So I didn't get the main event with him. And salute to Dope from Philly. It's a Philly battler named Dope. And at the time he was in the building, like, I got bars for anybody. I battle anybody. So I saw ARP in the building. I walked right up to him and said, listen, you don't know me, but I know who you are. I said, yo, I'm about to go crazy. And if after you see my skill set, you feel like it's a spot for me over there, because I respect, know what I'm saying, what you're doing. You actually creating opportunities for the rappers, right? If you see it's an opportunity for me to be over there, I'm trying to pull up. Went and salute Dope. That's the bro. But I wound up doing him so bad that Mercy was like, bro, I cannot drop this footage. Like, I can't drop this, bro. So I dropped it on my YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn, you know what I mean? But
You have to do it.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I
You
might
know,
actually
but
go check. You still got it on your? Oh yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna go
so yeah,
check
so
that
it's
out.
on my
Yeah.
original YouTube that I got wound up getting locked out of, but it's J-O the number 3
Mm-hmm.
Nathan 123. Joe
Okay.
Nathan 123.
And you do have a
Um
YouTube channel. Before we
yeah,
go, just a little
Fight Your
further.
Demons.
That's the name of the new one. All right, Fight Your
Yeah,
Demons.
name of
I'll
the new
put
one
that
is
in the
Fight Your
description.
Demons.
Yeah.
100%. Definitely
Yeah.
go subscribe. Definitely go show some love. I'm like this close to being monetized, and once my monetization is approved, that's when I'm gonna start my little podcast to really be able to get out here and start talking, and you know what I'm saying, having some of the elites up there on the platform. But yeah, bro, I wound up telling him that he saw me do my thing. He saw how I did Dope. And probably a few days went by and he was like, what's up? You and Hazy Williams. First battle I had on RBE, me and Hazy Williams. And the reason I appreciated that battle so much, and I feel like this energy need to be reintroduced to battle rap as judged battling, is because to me that was legendary. It's me versus Hazy Williams in a
Mm-hmm.
judge battle. Angry Fan is in the building. Caps is in the building. He's
Nice.
one of the judges. Jay Black is the second judge, and Rain. What? Oh man, what's her name? Boss Chick Rain is
uh,
the third
Boss
judge.
Chick Rain. Yep. Yeah.
Fact, she the third judge. That's legendary, all within itself. And then at the time, Hazy was Fat Nick Bars. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the ones really on the come up for real, way more seasoned than me, been there way longer than me. But again, I was blessed enough to have done my thing, and the judgment had me winning the battle. It was 2-1. It was no 3-0 because Hazy was fire. You know what I'm saying? But I
Mm-hmm.
still won that battle. Immediately after that, ARP said, "No, I need to see you versus my favorite battle rapper, which was Swave 7."
Swave. Yeah, I remember that.
Facts. Facts. And it was history since then, bro. Because like I said, bro, real They got a quote that say, "Don't take a full day to recognize sunshine, and just take opening your eyes in the morning, bro." So
Uh,
whenever one door closes
let me
and
just say
another one
this.
opens
Let me
up,
just say you got you know how niggas say, yo, you could quote Hove's bar, like he got a bar for everything. Like
mhm.
you got quotables for days. I just want to say that. Even for real though. Like, even
Yo, good
throughout this
looks, bro.
interview, even throughout this interview, I'm like, yo, man, I'm writing shit down, like, for sure. I like that. I just wanted to say that. That's all.
Yeah,
But
I
you can
appreciate
continue.
that, bro. But
Yeah.
yeah, but that was all. That's when everything was etched in stone, and there was no looking back. Reality is, bro, I really feel like I'm a man amongst men because it never took a contract or a sheet of paper for me to keep my word, bro. I never signed no contract to battle, like nowhere. I don't sign
Mm,
them. It wasn't until I became more business savvy and I started my Fight Your Demons brand that I started doing contracts. But it was through my company, not through myself, and that's to build
mhm.
company credits. You know what I'm saying? So
That's important.
yeah, bro, 100%, man. Matter of fact, you talking about quotes and sayings. I want to leave this. I want to leave this one right here on
Hmm.
the platform with you. You know what I'm saying, for the onlookers, right?
Right.
So um your life. So bro, I'm talking to you specifically and to the
Mm-hmm.
people that's gonna be watching. Your life is a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
My life is a story, but we're gonna think about it like a script or a movie. There's gonna be people on so many of your pages that just like in a script or a movie, they become key characters to your storyline, and vice versa, because it's impossible for them to be on that many of your pages and you not be on that many of theirs. There's gonna be times that you make a decision to better yourself, and you know it's gonna be a betterment for you, right? And what they're gonna display is anger. They'll try to make you feel dumb for making the decision, try to convince you not to do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that you're dumb for doing it, and it's not that they are mad about you doing it. It's because pride won't allow them to say, you mean so much to my script that when you decided to change, it changed my storyline. And I don't know how to handle it because I don't have no character to replace the role you played. Mind you, it's for a role you never even auditioned for.
Mm.
So just
Wow.
understand that.
Yeah.
Word
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that in. Everybody is listening to should take that in for sure. For
For sure,
sure.
for sure.
And I'm kind of time's almost up with this right here. We've got like a few
Mhm,
minutes left, and I just want to, first of all, I just before you leave,
mhm.
could you give us real quick, like, what would you consider your magnum opus? Like, what would you say is that one battle that you know you tell people to go watch?
Oh, bro, my all-time favorite, bro. I'm gonna say it all the time. This is gonna be me and Chef Trash, bro. Because
Chef
that
Trash, yeah.
battle, yeah, to me, that battle
Mm-hmm.
had every attribute that you could describe in the battle rap culture. Every attribute. And that was the battle where, to me, it etched Chef Trez and Stone as being the best freestyle rebuttaler
Yeah,
on the
he went
planet.
crazy.
Bro, he rebutted a human being. How do you rebuttal a person? Come on,
Yeah.
bro. Ain't nobody else ever did it, or bro, nobody else ever gonna be able to do that in battle rap, bro.
Damn.
It's not gonna be
Yeah.
possible. I got security hopping out on
Security.
him.
Yep.
He got security hopping out on me. Like, bro, how you do that? How?
Yeah, that
Yeah, bro.
replay value on that battle is so high, man.
Yeah, bro. For sure,
So
man. That's always gonna be one of my favorites, man. But at the same time, what I'll tell people is this, man. Look out for the battles that I haven't done yet, because one thing for
yeah,
sure, two things for certain, bro. I still rap like I got something to prove, even though I don't,
yeah,
because I respect my audience enough to always come 100% real
hmm,
passion, real authenticity, bro.
yeah.
And
Talking about that, I was one of the lucky ones that actually caught your battle with your honor when you made your comeback.
come
And
on,
bro, you
bro.
went crazy in that battle.
Yo, yo, and people love he low key lucky that that's not gonna get the drop because the footage is so
Yeah, I
messed
heard you
up,
saying
bro.
that. So we're not gonna get that footage. You're saying
Yeah, no,
because
because I wouldn't
I
even I
talked
wouldn't
I
even
talked
disrespect the culture. Yeah,
I
like
talked
that.
to your honor yesterday. I had to. He sat down
Yeah, salute
over
the
here.
honor, bro.
Yeah, he said that he was 50. 50 on it. He wasn't sure whether or not it was. So you're saying we're not getting
Yeah.
it at all?
No, it's not gonna drop because again, it's a return battle and the footage was
You
like
don't.
so
Okay.
it was so botched that it was like, bro, I had to ask the nigga, yo, bro, did somebody pay you to botch my battle or something, bro? Like, word is born, bro.
that
Like,
that
no,
yeah.
it was like that. So I was like,
Even
I can't do that, not for my return. And the
okay.
wild part is I'm so passionate about this that them rounds you heard, you're not gonna hear nowhere else. I'm not using them. I'm not gonna reuse them rounds, and it was fire in them bars. Word up.
I mean, is there any way you could put those bars out maybe on your YouTube? You know,
Oh, you know what?
kind of
Yeah,
like
that's something that I
you
could
could do
do.
something like that. Yeah, that'd be fire. It's just too good of a material for the world not to hear.
Yeah, bro. And
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. What I want people to know about me is it's never gonna be about my competitor. I just want to make sure that I'm better than the last time y'all saw me. That's my biggest goal from here on out because I already feel like I'm one of the elite forms of competition in this, which is why when I battle the elite dudes, like I consider myself to be, they never able to keep the same
yeah.
persona and aura that they known for across from me.
That is absolutely right, man. That's
Hold up,
yeah. You're one of them. That's for sure.
one of them,
That's
man.
for sure. And I'm gonna close. I'm gonna give you the last question here before we
Mhm.
head out because literally we got like 2 more minutes left. I'm bringing it around with the whole financial thing. Like you said that
Mhm.
you were you part owner of RBE or
No, I
not
had
part
stake.
owner. Should
I
have
had no,
stock.
no.
You got
Yeah, I had stock.
stake in
Yeah,
it.
for sure, for sure.
Okay,
Meaning,
you did have.
meaning that I had the ability and blessing to be able to make money even when I wasn't booked on a card.
That's my okay. Okay, my question to you is: do you have the power to bring ARP out of retirement since you had some stock in in the company, or can you? Well, he did say he was going to do some full circle battles. We know that, but I'm talking about full.
Yo, look,
You know what I'm talking about.
I already know, man. Listen, can't nobody make nobody do nothing, but I have a feeling that you're gonna be able to see my brother A, and you're gonna be able to see Showoff, nigga. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
Because again, bro, it's like just stay tuned, man. That's the most
All
that I
right.
can tell people is stay tuned, man. Stay tuned, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. You said enough. That yeah.
Stay tuned, man. Word is
Show off,
born, man.
man. I mean, I appreciate your time, man. This means a
No, I
lot to me
appreciate you
for my
having me, bro.
platform. Nah, for real. This is like a big look for me, man. As a small, a platform is just coming up right now. For you to just, come on this platform and just give us
Yeah,
your,
bro. And and
man,
look,
appreciate you.
tell him, look, tell him the real, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
followed you, I
You
reached out
did
to you, and I said,
quick,
yo, let's set up my interview, bro.
man. You did that
Come
for
on,
real.
man.
That's the
Come on, man.
realest shit I've encountered so far in doing this right here for this short amount of time. Like for
What
you
I
to
what
just
I'll
reach
say,
out
what I'll
like
say
that,
for your
that means a
platform,
lot.
what I say for your platform is the same thing that I said for RBE. When I first WRL contract and was blessed enough to link with RBE, you know how many battlers was calling me stupid
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't understand the vision or see the direction. They called me dumb. And it was the same rappers that was hitting me up a few years after I made that decision saying, yo, bro, yo, reach out to Shata and ARP, see if you can give me a plate over there. And my response ain't changed. I can't do that because I would hate for you to be stupid like I was. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Same thing, bro. Some gonna catch on early like me. Some gonna catch on later on when it come to your platform. But they gonna catch on though.
man. Well said. With that said, thank you for your time once again. Show off, man. We appreciate you. Like once again, Follow everything that he's on because he's always putting on for the culture for real,
100%,
for real.
100%, bro.
Appreciate you,
And make
Showoff.
sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, man.
Oh,
Like, comment, subscribe, bro. Whether it's a positive something or reaction to this or a negative reaction to something I said, whether you jack something I said or didn't jack it, leave the comment below.
there you go.
Leave the comment there, bro. And tell
Right
somebody
there.
else to come subscribe. You heard? Jones effect, birds of a feather, man. Show off,
Appreciate you,
nigga.
Show.
You know
Peace.
it. Peace.